Okay. Now I should be live. Hopefully. Hopefully. I tried to start my stream earlier, and it entirely glitched out, lagged out. I also realized I need to turn on my light. My face cam looks very, very dark. Hold up. Got my headphone cord wrapped around my leg. Turn this on. Okay. Maybe this will make me look a little bit better, a little less dark. I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't help that I have like a $14 camera. If I really want it to be good, I should just shine the light down on my face. Why am I not doing that? That way the hat doesn't cast a shadow. Been doing this for like 5 years. I still don't know how to run a professional stream. Amazing. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. So, today, we are doing a tier list. Another tier list. I did one of these before. Last time, I ranked all 400 Galar Pokemon. Just the 400 Pokemon in default Sword and Shield. This time, we're going to do the 264 DLC Pokemon. We're going to be ranking the 264 DLC Pokemon. And I should also add, very important note, we're not just ranking the Pokemon, we're ranking the shiny variants of those Pokemon. Because if I was just ranking those Pokemon, it would just be entirely biased and subjective, which this list still is definitely going to be. But what this list is mostly going to be taking into account is how the shiny form of a Pokemon looks compared to their normal form. Does the shiny form look better than the normal form? Does the shiny version of a Pokemon change their color enough? Because that's something that makes me so angry, so incredibly frustrated, almost too much so, about the Pokemon franchise, is that shiny Pokemon sometimes just don't change at all. So a lot of those are going to end up in F tier here, but we'll get to that. And also, like, what colors do the shinies end up taking on? Are those colors good? Do I like those colors? That's where personal bias is going to come into play. If I like the shiny colors in the first place, do I like the Pokemon in the first place? Whether or not I like a Pokemon will definitely help it go up a couple tiers or down a couple tiers. But yeah, we're going to be ranking shiny DLC Pokemon from Sword and Shield. There's 264 of them. That's the reason this stream is late, actually, is because I had to download 264 pictures of shiny Pokemon onto my computer. I didn't think it would take that long. It took me over an hour. We're here, though. We're live on Twitch, and I guess we should just start because it's going to take a while. However, I do have some Pokemon music ready to be played in the background because, one, it's non-copyrighted, it's just video game music. Hopefully. I mean, Nintendo's never copyrighted my stream playing Pokemon music before. Here's hoping. And two, I think the stream would be really boring if it was just me talking the whole time with absolutely no audio in the background, just white noise. My dog just walked into the room coughing. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was kind of disgusting. Sorry. Hi, bud. You okay? Thank you for being gross at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, I'm going to play some music, so I don't know. The audio of this stream isn't completely boring, and we'll get into things. We have 264 Pokemon to rank, so we have a ways to go here. We have quite a ways to go. Let's start, I think, just off the top. So, there's no real Pokedex list or organization for the DLC Pokemon. So, as some of you who watch my streams know, I have my own DLC Pokedex that I've made in Excel, in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to just start from the top, and go all the way down the list. So number 1 on that list is Slowpoke. Hello? Okay, there we go. For a second, it wasn't dragging and dropping. I'll make it bigger for the stream. I'll make it bigger so you can see it on stream. And then, of course, I'm going to have to make it immediately smaller again so we can fit it onto the tier list. Because, again, there's 264 Pokemon, so we can't leave it that size. Slowpoke is an interesting one because it does change colors a lot, which I appreciate. It's a Pokemon I like, which I appreciate, but it changes to the color yellow. I don't like the color yellow. So that leaves me kind of torn because it has, you know, some positives, but some negatives. I think Slowpoke's kind of like a perfect starter Pokemon to put in C tier, which I know that's like what every tier list, YouTube video, and Twitch stream does. They immediately put the first item in C tier so they can then base everything and anything around that. Like, put the first thing in the middle, and then you know where to go up and down from. But I genuinely just think this is kind of like, And the reason I say that is because when you compare it to Slowbro's evolution, or Slowpoke's evolution, Slowbro looks ugly. Slowbro looks straight up ugly. Like, he goes from this pink, purple, cool Pokemon to a yellow, purple, like, ugly, fleshy monster that I don't like, and I don't want. And the only reason he's not an F tier is because at least he changes colors. So he's got that going for him. Yeah, I think I need to make Slowbro smaller. Or Slowpoke, sorry. I keep getting them mixed up. I'm already getting them mixed up. Also, I feel like this music's not too loud, but it's competing with my voice. Anyways. Next up, obviously, on the evolution line, Slowking. I feel like I need to go faster because there's 264 of these, as I've said now 7 times. Keep repeating how many Pokemon we have on this list. Slowking. Slowking is another one I'm kind of torn on. These early options kind of all suck. There's not a lot of fun ones at the beginning of this tier list because nothing changes in Slowking. This cape around his neck changes from purple to blue, so on the shiny here it's blue, and the gem on his head changes from green to pink, so here on the shiny sprite it's pink. Not in love with that. Honestly, I think I'm gonna put Slowking. Am I gonna do it to him? I'm gonna do it to him. Slowking's our first F tier. Just because man's barely changes. Like, yeah, the gem on his head changes colors, which I guess is cool. But, like, if you're not a Pokemon fan, if you're not a hardcore Pokemon fan, you're not going to know that. And when I said this in my first tier list video, when I am shiny hunting, and I'm showing off my shiny collection to people, you kind of got to assume that the people you're showing your shinies to are not shiny hunters. You know, the general public, the general population of Pokemon players are not shiny hunters. So, if you were to show the general population, I'm just going to put another one here on the list. If you were to show the general population a Slowking that look like this, they might not even realize it's shiny. That makes me mad. That makes me not want a shiny Slowking. So, that's F tier to me. Anyways, moving on to Baneri. I actually really like Baneri. I like Baneri a lot. I think pink is like the perfect color for Baneri to take on as a shiny. Because, don't get me wrong, Baneri's default colors work beautifully. But Baneri is a very, like, feminine Pokemon. So pink being a part of its shiny palette works a lot. So much so, I'm gonna put Paneri in A tier. Maybe I lied about there not being any good ones at the beginning of this tier list. I'll put Paneri in A tier. Right there. And therefore, obviously, Lopunny works even more so. Because, I mean, obviously Lopunny is in Rule 34 to death. I feel bad for her. But kind of on that note, Lopunny has that, like, Playboy bunny vibe, and the pink works even more so to that vibe. I hate to say it, but it's true. It's just true. Look at the boots. She's got pink boots. The pink, like, mittens. I don't want her to be that way, but she is that way. I even would go as far as to say, like, Lopunny's S tier. Not because of the Rule 34, but just because it works so well. And it looks fitting. I hate what the community has done to you, Lopunny. But at least hey, let's just take solace in the fact that the community has not really found your shiny. Cause I'll say this, I haven't seen much Twitter fan art of Lopunny shiny. So that's why it's S tier, because it's a safe space for Lopunny. Lopunny shiny is the one version of Lopunny that hasn't been completely ruined. Completely bastardized. Yeah. Like I said, and that's what makes me so mad too, is I love Lopunny as a Pokemon, but when you admit that online, everyone immediately thinks you're like a creep or a furry. And I'm one of those two things, and it's not the furry. Anyways, happening. I'm kidding. I gotta honestly look up online. There's gonna be a couple Pokemon throughout the stream that I gotta look up because I don't remember like what they look like normally, and Happiny is one of them. And because I don't really like Happiny as a Pokemon, and I also just saw what Happiny looks like normally, it's going immediately in F tier. Why, you might ask? Because it barely changes. It goes from a light red to pink, and light red is basically already pink. So you barely changed colors. I don't like you, Happiny. You're F tier. Moving on to Chansey. And I already knew it was coming, because I've seen shiny Chansey a lot. I've thought about shiny hunting Chansey before, but I didn't do it. Because to me, Chansey's kind of like a C tier Pokemon. I think it's cool that it changes color so heavily, but I don't like that Chansey's supposed to be like this healing nurse Pokemon, and then it's shiny looks sickly. It looks like it's about to die. So that's where I'm torn. Similar to Slowpoke, I like that it changes colors. I like Chansey's Pokemon, but I hate the colors it changes to, and I hate how it looks like it's about to vomit all over me. So those two pros and cons kind of balance out and put Chansey into C tier for me. And then we move on to our final Pokemon in this evolution line, Blissey. And Blissey just kind of is gonna go down with Happiny, the first evolution, in F tier. Because again, barely changes colors. And it hurts me to do this, because I love Blissey. I don't like Happiny, but I actually love Blissey. My love for Blissey almost makes me want to move it up a tier. But I can't do it because it doesn't change colors. What's the point? There is no point. There would be no point in shiny hunting Blissey, because you would have the same Pokemon twice. Regular Blissey, shiny Blissey, no difference. We're 9 Pokemon, and not even. This is number 9. Igglybuff is number 9, and I'm already getting mad. And I'm getting more mad because Igglybuff... Let me just double check. Let me look up what it normally looks like real quick before I make any bold statements. I'm gonna make a bold statement. Also terrible. It doesn't change colors. I feel like I feel like Game Freak is just pranking me constantly. As someone who's getting into the world of shiny hunting this last year, what is the point? It went from pink to a little more pink. It's worse than Happiny. It makes me want to have like an F- tier just for Jigglypuff. Ugh. I actually I'm getting angry. I'm getting really angry. And here's where I'm getting torn. For the next two, Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, they're the exact same. They don't really change color. Hiccups. Sorry, hiccups. They don't really change color at all. Their pink skin is exactly the same. What the heck is this? Skip this. I don't want words in my ears. Their skin color is exactly the same. What changes, however, is their eye color. Now, Jigglypuff, who we just put in F tier, eye color doesn't change. Deserves to be an F tier. Nothing changes. But Jigglypuff's eye color changes. Do we think an eye color change is good enough to be put in E tier? I don't know. Here's going to be my ruling. Here's my decision, okay? For Jigglypuff, I'm going to say no, because I don't like you enough. I don't like you enough. I don't think you deserve it, okay? That's basically what I gotta say about that. For Wigglytuff, however, I'll say yes. Because I like Wigglytuff. I'll move you up to E tier, solely because you made playing Mystery Dungeon so much fun. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, Wigglytuff was one of the main characters of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time and Darkness. I had Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness, specifically. I got it for, like, my birthday in middle school, or maybe it was high school, I forget. Doesn't matter. What matters is, I loved that game. So much. Played it front to back. And Wigglytuff made that game, I mean, a joy to play. Wigglytuff was one of the best characters in that game. So, it made me love Wigglytuff as a Pokemon, and therefore my love for Wigglytuff alone is going to move it up to E tier, even though its shiny is garbage. We move into Mantis, number 12 on this tier list. Mantis actually changes colors. Haven't had a shiny do that in like the last 6 shinies. However, it doesn't change colors a lot, and the colors it does change I don't like, so I'm torn. Like, it goes from pink and green to like yellow and bluish, and I hate the colors yellow and blue. So I think Mantis might be our first D tier. Because while it changes colors to colors that I hate, which I know is mean and biased, but I gotta do it to them. I also don't really like Mantis that much. I'll give a little bit more leeway to its evolution, Lurantis, though. Because at least Lurantis turns greenish. Still a lot of yellow on there. But at least Lurantis is more green. So I'll move it up to C tier. You know? I'll be nice. Anyways. Next up, Fletchling. Which... I'm torn. Truly. On Fletchling. It doesn't change a lot about it. Only about half of the Fletchling's colors change. And they don't change much. However, they change for the better. It goes from grayish blue to orange. Basically, shiny Fletchling turns Fletchling all orange. It turns Fletchling into an entire Firebird, which I like a lot. That's what Fletchling should have been from the beginning, is an entire orange bird. all of its colors should have been fire-based because it's a fire bird in the first place. Well, Fletchling isn't, but its final evolution is. You know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. I'm going on some rants right now. My mind's rambling, but I think you know what I'm getting at. However, here's what I'm thinking. Because a lot of it changes, and I think all of the changes are for the better, I'm going to put Fletchling in B tier. Just work with me for a second. Work with me for a second, okay? Okay. Where's the next one? Come on. Drag and drop, Photoshop. Fletchinder, also in B tier. And then Talonflame, the final evolution. I think we can confidently say Talonflame looks the best out of all of them. That one I'll put in A tier. However, I don't want it to be above. I don't want its wing to like be above Binary's head, so I'm gonna move it below Binary. Okay. Yeah. Talonflame changes the most as well, so that's why it's an A tier. And I think that's fair. There's not really much else to say about that evolution line. I'd just be repeating myself because they all kind of do the same thing. Oh, we have another S tier coming up, baby. It's Shanks. Shanks is an electric type already, so it just makes sense that his shiny's yellow, exudes lightning, and then he's just pretty. He's just a good Pokemon. I love Shanks. So Shanks is an S tier. I'm going to get a little wonky with the rest of the evolution line. Show you what I mean in a second. Luxio, I don't love. However, he still looks pretty. Still looks nice as a shiny. I just don't like Luxio as much. So Luxio, I'm going to bump down to an A tier. And then Luxray, the final evolution, I do like a lot. And again, still really, really good shiny. The yellow works awesome. You're looking great, kid. Exuding that lightning energy. So he's going back up to S tier. Yeah. Okay. We got through that one pretty quickly. Cleft Key, I don't like. As a Pokemon, I should say. As a Pokemon. The shiny is fine, I guess. It does change the colors. But I hate Cleft Key as a Pokemon. I always thought it was a Pokemon. And also, now that I'm looking at it, the colors don't even change that much. The keys don't change at all. These keys on the keychain are the exact same colors as the normal Pokemon. The only colors that change are the keychain itself. It changes from silver to gold. And who has a gold chain? Who has a gold keychain? Only rich people. I'm not rich. I can't relate to that. Cleft Keys go down to E. I'm angry again. And I'm going to stay angry because Abra Shiny barely looks different. Barely. It's coming to F. They just made him, like, lose saturation. My boy just lost saturation. That's all they did to his shiny. Same with Kadabra, by the way. I don't know want to talk about it. I'm just dragging and dropping him over to F tier. As for Alakazam, he does change a lot. They make him pink. And give him a slightly different yellow tint. I don't know if that's enough for me to, like, bump him up into S or A tier. I don't even know if the pink works well enough for me to put him in B tier. But I like it. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. So I'm going to put him in B tier. It's one of those things like I can't explain. Like, he shouldn't be in B tier. I feel wrong putting this man in B tier. But I'm going to do it. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I like Alakazam as Pokemon. Maybe it's my personal bias kind of coming out again. No. Tentacool. I like a lot. I actually like Tentacool a lot. As a Pokemon, I think Tentacool is boring. I think it kind of sucks. But its shiny works phenomenally because it's a poison type. It's a poison jellyfish. Like, the shiny emanates that, and it kind of puts that on display perfectly. Which, I'm surprised, honestly, the more I'm sitting here looking at this and thinking about it, I'm surprised that the default colors of Tentacruel aren't this. Because again, it's a poison jellyfish. Why is it not purple and green? So, honestly, I'm gonna say Tentacruel's an A tier. The only reason it's not an S tier is because I don't like it as a Pokemon. Like, it's not anywhere near one of my favorite Pokemon. So that's the only thing keeping it out of S tier. Straight up. Again, my personal bias showing. Tentacruel, on the other hand, it loses it for me a little bit because the purple fades to blue. And I don't like the color blue, as we've already talked about the stream and we will talk about many, many more times. I still like the green. Still like the green. But I don't like the blue. And if I'm not mistaken... I'm looking up a picture of what regular Tentacruel looks like right now. Yeah, regular Tentacruel is blue already. So it doesn't change that much. It just changed the green up here is what changes. The rest of Tentacruel is very similar in coloration. So it's going to go down to D tier. Honestly, the only thing that's saving it from an F tier is the green on its head, because I like that it resembles and it kind of emphasizes, hey, I'm a poison type. That's cool. I like that the green on its head establishes that fact. But I'm angry that the blue is so similar to its regular colors. Ugh, we're already to Dunsparce. I love Dunsparce. Dunsparce is one of my favorite, like, meme Pokemon. Not a lot about Dunsparce changes. It's just the pink on him is normally teal. So, the yellow part of Dunsparce is the exact same color as regular Dunsparce. Therefore, because only about half of the colors on Dunsparce change between regular and shiny Dunsparce, I feel like I cannot put him very high up on this list, even though I love him. However, maybe he fits in B tier, along with Pink Alakazam. That seems about right. Seems about right. Seems fitting. On to Buffalont. Buffalont looks very similar to regular Buffalont, which is why I'm going to quickly look up what regular Buffalont looks like, so I don't put him in F tier for no reason. Ooh, it's similar, but it's not F tier similar. He's going to go in E tier, because regular Buffalont is like light brown, he's dark brown. And it's enough of a difference that I don't think it's F tier, but I still hate it. I still kind of hate you, Buffalont, I'm going to be honest. Still kind of hate you, but you're going to go in E tier. Lickyton. So, Lickyton's one of those shinies where I appreciate that he changes colors heavily. I like Lickyton as a Pokemon. But again, don't like the color yellow. And I think because he changes colors to something that I like worse than his regular color, I appreciate his shiny almost less than his just regular coloration, his regular Pokemon. And his regular look, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So, the pros, the cons, they kind of balance each other out. I'm going to put him in C tier, just middle of the road. Honestly, I'm going to put him in D tier, because if I zoom this back in, or zoom it back out, I mean, opposite. If I zoom it back out, the yellow is kind of ugly. It almost looks like piss yellow. Excuse my crass language. He's gonna go down to D tier. That yellow is ugly. Meanwhile, Licky's yellow. No, it's not much better. I was trying to be nice, but it's not much better. Licky's going in D tier as well. Okay. At least we have an S tier coming up, and that's Druddigon. Druddigon, I mean, he's just perfect. My man is just perfect. Oh, I forgot to announce that I was live on Discord. Give me a moment. Forgot to announce I was live on Discord. My bad. Druddigon is perfect in every way. I love him. He's perfect in his normal colors, he's perfect in his shiny colors, and he's a perfect Pokemon all around. We are Druddigon stans here. This one pains me. This one pains me, bro. How are they gonna do my boy Bulbasaur dirty like this? Now, this isn't F tier bad, because at least he changes colors. He's almost like flipped, and that I can kind of appreciate. His colors are inverted. So default Bulbasaur, the lime green color is on his back, and the dark green color is on his body. And then shiny Bulbasaur, the lime green color is on his body, and the dark green color is on his back. So he's flipped, and I appreciate that. But again, what I don't appreciate is if I showed this to just a casual Pokemon player, my girlfriend, or anyone in my day-to-day life, if I just was like, hey, look at this Bulbasaur I caught, you'd be like, oh, cool, and move on. They wouldn't care. Because they probably wouldn't know this is a shiny. And let's be honest, okay? Let's not kid ourselves. Shiny hunting is very much so about, like, the pride of catching a shiny. So if you show someone that's shiny and they don't care, it's gonna hurt your pride. Therefore, while I think it's kind of cool they flipped it from back to front, flipped the colors of the sprout on its back and its body, I'm wrestling with where I should put Bulbasaur. I think C tier, maybe. Maybe C tier. Because I think it's cool that they flipped him, but he just looks so similar to default Bulbasaur. It looks so similar. At least Ivysaur, the sprout on his back, is very obviously a different color. I think you could not mistake that. Still, the body color is similar. Body color very similar. But I like Ivysaur a lot. Ivysaur is the first Pokemon I ever had a plush of. So, because of that, I have a little bit of a bias towards Ivysaur. And therefore, I'm going to put him in B tier. Then moving on to Venusaur. You know, I don't like Venusaur a lot. And yeah, I put Ivysaur in B tier because of the sprout on his back being different. Part of me just wants to put Venusaur in C tier because I don't like him a lot. But I'll be considerate and I'll put him in B tier as well, even though I don't like him a lot. Okay. This one's egregious though. This one you can't even like make an excuse for. Like for Bulbasaur, at least you can be like, oh well they flipped the colors. Squirtle, there's like no excuse for this. If I put this on the screen and I gave you no context, if this wasn't a shiny tier list, I just showed this picture to you, you probably wouldn't even know this is shiny Squirtle. Terrible. Terrible, terrible things that they've done here. F tier. Forever F tier. At least with Wartortle, he's a lot more purple. But regular Wartortles it's blue. So like, I'm torn, because like regular Wartortle's dark blue. Shiny Wartortle's like light purple. It's not a big difference. It's not a big difference. And I also don't love Wartortle. So like, I'll put it in D, because I think you can tell. But I don't love Wartortle, so, like, you know, man. What am I supposed to do here? At least with Blastoise, the back... Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because I'm not seeing the backs of their shells. Because on the back of Blastoise's shell, you can definitely tell. Maybe if I saw the back of Wartortle's shell, I could tell. Because you can just tell them. I don't care. I don't like Wartortle anyways. I got no love for Wartortle, as is. Default Squirtle is still inexcusable, regardless of what the back of the shell looks like, bro. I don't care. He is the same color. The front of his shell is the same color. His body is the same color. His eye color is the same color. At least with Jigglypuff, they made her skin color the same color, but they changed Jigglypuff's eye color. They didn't even change Squirtle's eye color. Like, that's why I'm getting so mad about Squirtle, because I love Squirtle. And then they just bastardize his shiny. But I am kind of curious now if I could find, like, a picture of... Let me Google image it. Shiny Squirtle. Okay, so the back of Shiny Squirtle's shell is also green. It's like a lighter green, so this is a very dark green, as you see here on the back of Blastoise. So you could definitely tell Shiny Squirtle is shiny. Maybe I should move it up a spot then, now that I know that information. Maybe. I still hate the skin color, though. I'll move it up. Alright, I'll be fair. I'll be fair. I'll move it up. I'll move Shiny Squirtle up a spot, but it's not going to be much of a spot. I'll move it up to with Wartortle. I can't even speak, bro. I'll move it up with Wartortle because of the shell color, but you're not going any higher, Squirtle. I love you, but the developer screwed you by not changing your skin color at all. Blastoise, at least, they changed his skin color. They changed his shell color. They even changed Blastoise's eye color. They didn't even do that for Squirtle. They changed Blastoise's eye color. So, you know, for that reason, I'm gonna put Blastoise, honestly, because I like Blastoise, all the way up in A tier. Okay. Anyways, we move on to Venipede, which I'm again torn about. I know I'm probably taking too long with this list. We're already 30 minutes in, and we're 30 minutes in. We're only 30 Pokemon in, and we have over 200 to go. That's not good. Okay, I need to hurry up. I'm gonna try to hurry up on ones that I don't like Venipede, which I don't care about. Here's my thoughts for Venipede. It changes colors a lot, but it changes colors to brown, which is an ugly color. E or D? No, E. Brown is an ugly color. And also, it doesn't even change colors that much. The green you see on its back, or you might have saw on its back before I made it tiny, is the same color as its normal. So it doesn't even change colors that much. For Whirlipede, I actually kind of like Whirlipede because it's a poison type Pokemon, and the shiny emphasizes that by making it look purple and green, but Whirlipede looks like a butthole. So that makes me want to put it in E tier, maybe? Yeah, E tier. I think we put Whirlipede in E tier. And then finally, Scolipede. A lot of people love this shiny. And I'll admit, it looks great. It does change colors from its normal. It has a lot of, like, vibrance to it. But here's where I'm going to get maybe a little bit of hate. I don't like the red-blue combo. I've never been someone who loves mixing the colors red and blue. My one friend, Zach, who's in the chat a lot, his name is Melon Wizard, he actually loves the red-blue color combo. And, you know, I don't judge him for that. I think he's a cool guy. I think, you know, you can like what you like. I don't like the red-blue color combo. or what is this? Yeah, Scolipede. It's gonna go in C tier for me because I can respect it for what it is, but I don't like the red-blue color combo. I appreciate at the very least that it changes colors, but and it looks so different from its normal shiny, which I know is asking a lot from the Pokemon devs. Anyways, Fungus. Fungus normally just looks like a Pokeball, has the red on top, white on the bottom. I wish they did a little bit more with this. I don't like how it's still white on the bottom. I don't like how the base of the mushroom is still white. The only thing they changed is the red on top. And they changed it to purple, so it looks kind of like a Great Ball. I wish they would have made it like a Luxury Ball, or any other Pokeball that has multiple colors. So like the top and the bottom of the Pokeball changed, or something. I feel like it's wasted potential. For that reason, I'm gonna put it in B tier. It really is just wasted potential. Why didn't you make it like an Ultra Ball, a Master Ball, a Luxury Ball, a Cherish Ball, even, like anything cooler than a Great Ball? Honestly, I think a Great Ball isn't even that cool compared to a Pokeball. I think the regular one looks maybe cooler. I don't know, I'm gonna put Amoonguss in A just because its name is Among Us, and I think that's funny. I like that's a meme. Comfey. Comfey sucks. Comfey is gonna go in F tier, but before I drag it down there, I'm gonna show you why. All these flowers you see here, same color as its normal sprite. Its shiny does not change at all except for the actual Pokemon, except for the actual creature on top. It changes from yellow to blue. And I don't even like the color blue, so I don't care. You had all these flowers. You didn't change any of them. You didn't change the color at all. All that potential. And again, wasted. This is why I get so mad with Pokemon shinies, because the developers waste them. Anyways, Tangela, really cool Pokemon, and I love that they changed the vines to green because it just looks realistic, so we're putting it in A. The only reason it's on an S is because it just looks a little bland. It's near perfect, but not perfect, so it's not S tier. Tangrowth, however, I've never been a fan of. I think Tangrowth looks lazy. There's all this smooth surface on its body that could be used for vines. Like, you could have had vines coming out here, and it's just smooth. It just looks like a smooth brain Pokemon. I think Tangrowth is ugly. These hands look creepy. I don't know, but again, I like that it's green. So even though I hate Tangrowth, I can respect its shiny, so I'll put it in C. It almost hurts me putting this Pokemon in C tier because I don't like it. But whatever. It is what it is. What can you do? We probably got another S tier though, and that's Zora. Zora is just beautiful. This is a perfect shiny. There's nothing else you can say. The shiny picked the perfect colors. And default Zora already looked gorgeous. And then you found another palette of colors to make it look once again perfect. And it just is a masterpiece. I can't say anything else. I mean, I can't find any other words to describe it. I've been wanting to shiny hunt this guy from like day one of shiny hunting. As for Zoroark, I don't know how I feel about him. I don't love him as much. I still love him, but unlike Zora, where I feel like the shiny is perfect just as much as the default colors, for Zoroark, I think the default colors are a little bit better. And that's not to say that the shiny is bad. I like that the shiny changes colors. I like that the shiny uses good colors. Like purple was a really strong choice. The eye color changes to yellow, which makes the eye stick out. It's a strong shiny. Like, it does everything I want a shiny to do. Change colors, stand out, be different than the normal. Yet I don't like it more than normal Zoroark. And I think that's just because normal Zoroark is so awesome to me as it is, and it's so perfect to me as it is. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in A tier because, again, I think the shiny is amazing. I'm not trying to take that away from it. But regular Zoroark is still better than me. Better than shiny Zoroark to me. Regular Zoroark's just better to me. And I think it looks better. I can't explain it. Even though that shiny's amazing, regular Zoroark just looks better. Shiny Staryu, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I love just the color white sometimes on things. It's a very clean color. Like, when I used to stream GTA back in the days, and I used to play GTA back in the days, I used to have a collection of just all white cars, because I thought they were very clean. And Staryu emphasizes this pretty well. The only thing I don't like about Staryu is that the gem in the middle is now blue, when it used to be red. Red's one of my favorite colors, blue's one of my least favorite colors, so you took away one of my favorite colors and added in one of my least favorite colors. Hurts a little bit. Hurts a little bit. So, because of that, little bit of pain you've caused me, Staryu. We're gonna drop you down to B tier instead of putting you probably in A tier. You could have had A tier. Instead you have B. Sir Starmie. What is this? What is this? What do they do to my boy? It went from purple to blue, which is already not a big color change. And the gem inside, the eye, if you will, whatever you want to call it, went from red to blue. So once again, you're changing the color of the gem inside from a color I like to a color I don't like. I just don't get it. It's gonna go down to D tier, I think. It's like, you're barely changing the body color. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I need to be quicker with these reviews, and I need to be quicker with this tier list. So my review of Starmie is I don't like it. You know how we can be quick with this one? It doesn't fucking change colors. Same with this one, basically, but it changes colors barely. But not enough. Both of them F tier. Kung-Fu and Urshifu. On to Emolga. That's how we're going to be quicker. Emolga, I want to look up Emolga. Oh yeah, so original Emolga is black. And this one's brownish. It barely changes colors. And also the brown kind of looks ugly. I don't like this. Maybe it's because I don't like the color brown. I don't know. That doesn't work for me. It's like I'm reviewing food. It don't work for me. Literally right as I say I don't like the color brown, we have to put Dedenne somewhere. Dedenne, I mean, maybe it doesn't help that we just had to review Emolga, who is a Pikachu like knockoff Pokemon, and now we have to do another Pikachu knockoff Pokemon with Dedenne. I don't like Pikachu knockoff Pokemon, I should add, so I'm gonna put both of them down in E tier. Especially because they're both brown and ugly. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the color brown. It just doesn't work in most cases. However, this is one case where it kind of does work. I love the color tan in this case. It looks so good because this is supposed to be a metal Pokemon. It's Magnemite. It's a magnet. It's metal. So like this tannish brown color that they use, I like a lot. Magnemite, I really, really like. I don't even like Magnemite normally, so this isn't me being biased. This is just me saying that the shiny looks dope. I don't know. I just think, like I said, the color brown is tough because you gotta use like pretty shades of it. But when you look at the color brown I have down in E tier, it's all like yucky, like mud colors that I don't really like. But yeah, for Magnemite and For Magneton, I'm actually going to move it down to B tier. Because what I liked about Magnemite is the magnet itself. You could see the difference in the color of the magnets. Like, they had 2 different colors. For Magneton, the magnets are almost the same color. It's dark gray and darker gray. You can barely tell it's a magnet with the magnetized ends, if you get what I'm saying. I don't like that. Magnezone, however, I don't like as a Pokemon. I don't like it as a Pokemon. And it's shiny, I'm not loving either. Because it's barely different. Let me double check that statement. Let me look up what Magnezone looks like. Let me look up what Magnezone... Yeah, it's barely different. So, we're not loving this one. We're not loving this one. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I'm gonna put that down at E tier. Oh, we got another S, baby. We got another S tier, and it's Carvanha. Hey, what's up, Drac? I don't even like Carvanha that much as a regular Pokemon. Mostly because of the statement I just made a couple minutes ago, which is the red and blue color combo. In default colors, Carvanha is red and blue. That's its color combo, and I don't like that color combo. But this color combo hits so hard. The, like, I don't even know what you call that green. It's not really lime. But the light blue and green color combo, the light blue, dark green color combo, it hits hard. And its evolution, Sharpedo, is a strong A tier. The only reason it's not an S tier is because this scar on the top of its head doesn't change colors. The eye does not change colors. And the mouth does not change colors at all. If any of those 3 things change colors between regular Sharpedo and shiny Sharpedo, Sharpedo would be an S tier for me. But because none of those things change colors, it's only an A tier. I love Sharpedo. I think it's a great shiny. It just needs to do a little bit more to get that S tier qualification. You know? Anyways, Lillipup. Only thing that changes about Lillipup is its eye color. Bums me out a little bit, to be honest. It bums me out. However, I like Lillipup. I like dogs. And that alone saves it for being an F tier. I'll be honest. Saves it from being an F tier. How you doing, by the way, Drac? Moving on to Herdier. Herdier I like a lot because it's supposed to be like, you know, I don't know how to explain it in words. Here's how I'll explain it to those of you who don't know Herdier. Normally, it's got like a brownish kind of coat here, and instead it turns gray, which I think fits better because it already kind of looks old. Like, its face looks old. It looks like an old dog. So making its coat gray kind of, it matches that vibe. Makes him look old. Where do I want to put him, though? Because nothing else about him changes. The rest of his coat, the rest of his fur looks the same. So maybe we put him in C tier. And then for Stoutland, a lot of him changes. His coat of fur changes tints slightly, as you can kind of tell comparing the other two. And his coat down here goes green and gray compared to the normal brownish. So I think Stoutland's even better because more and more of this evolution line is changing the more it evolves. Like, the shiny's getting better and better the more it evolves, which is strange. So we'll put Stoutland in A tier. Moving on to Tauros. Tauros looks like it's gonna die. Tauros shiny looks like it's constantly sick. I don't like that. It also just looks worse than its regular. Yeah, it's a different color, but it just looks sick yellow, sick green. This might be the first one I put in F tier that is a different color, honestly. So far, everything in F tier has been the same color it's original. I'm putting Tauros in F tier and it's a different color. I'm pretty good, Drac. Thank you for asking. I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Miltank I like. I like Miltank, but I think there's some lost potential there. I'm gonna be honest. I just wish they made it pink. I wish they made Miltank pink. Well, actually, I guess I can't wish that because regular Miltank is pink. Well, I don't know. Here's what I wish, okay? Ooh, you know what I wish? I take it back. I take it back, because regular Miltank is pink. Here's my train of thought, okay? My original train of thought was I wish Miltank was, like, a little bit more pink. Like, really, really saturated pink. Because this just makes me think of, like, blue milk, which doesn't exist. But if it was saturated pink, it would be strawberry milk. But then I remembered, well, regular Miltank is kind of like light pink, so it wouldn't work. If the shiny was, like, all brown, it could have been chocolate milk. That's where the lost potential is. If the shiny Miltank was all brown, it could have been chocolate milk. Regular Miltank is pink and white. And, you know, you could either call that regular milk, you could call it strawberry milk, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Make the shiny all brown, you got chocolate milk on your hands. It feels like lost potential. As you wrote in chat, blueberry milk. I don't know if I would want to drink that, but it still looks cool, so I'll put it in B tier. B tier for blueberry milk. B for blueberry milk. When my phone gets cold, it makes the Pokemon Go black. What? Scyther makes me angry. We've already talked about this before on stream. We don't gotta talk about it again. He does not look different at all from his normal colors. Well, he barely looks different, but semantics, we don't gotta get into it. Also, why did the music stop? Oh, because I hadn't tapped in a while. It's like, are you still watching? This isn't Netflix. Don't ask me if I'm still watching. Scizor, on the other hand, the evolution of Scyther, looks heavily different, and I would argue maybe even better than its original. And this might be the first situation, the first case in which we have a evolution line where the first evolution is an F tier, and then the last evolution is an S tier. Go from F tier to S tier in one evolution. Oh my god, I just choked on air. I'm so sorry. I choked on my own laugh. Don't mind me. Yeah, I really like Scizor. I think he looks dope. Sent you a picture on Discord. Yeah, why? That Pokemon is all black. You're not lying. That's crazy. That looks terrifying, honestly. Anyways, we need to pick up the pace here. I'm almost an hour in and we haven't even gotten halfway through. Nowhere near halfway through. Pinsir, I don't really like. I appreciate that it changes colors, but I just think normal Pinsir looks better. So because I need to pick up the pace, I'm going to get a little brief with my descriptions. D tier. Heracross, in their hand, I like a lot. I like a lot. It's not like perfect, you know, it's only one color. It only changes to one color. It's kind of like my description of Sharpedo. If it did a bit more, it'd be S tier. But it's still good. So it's gonna go in A tier. Oh, but we have an S tier here, and that's Sandygast. Sandygast normally is just yellow sand, and I really, really like that its shiny is black sand. I've never been to a black sand beach, but I've always wanted to, like, see one. And nice, Sandygast. Maybe help me live out those dreams. It's Evolution Palisand. Also gonna go in S tier. I think it's pretty cool. I like how it goes from the start of a sandcastle to a finished sandcastle. Pretty dope. We have another S tier coming up, by the way, and it's Azrael. And I know I'm being a little hypocritical because I put things like Sharpedo and Heracross an A tier for not doing enough, and Azrael also just changes to one blank color. But Azrael's so adorable, man. It's just so cute. I love Azrael. It's one of the few baby Pokemon I like. I always got kind of annoyed whenever Nintendo would add a new baby Pokemon. I'd be like, do we need this? Is this, like, absolutely necessary? How about we add some new Pokemon to the game? How about we add some new, cool, final evolutions to the game? These new baby evolutions are not cool, not necessary. I don't like them. They're just weak and pointless. But Azrael is the one exception. I like Azrael. I think it's dope. Marill. Not as good. Not as good. Not as cute. Not as, S tier worthy. So it's gonna go in A tier. Still like the color, but not as amazing. Azumarill, on the other hand, throws a freaking curveball at you. Literally throws a corkscrew down the left corner of the batter's box. And it's just yellowish orange. Azrael and Marill were green. Azumarill, yellowish orange. And honestly, I respect that so much. And I kind of appreciate that so much that I'm going to put it in S tier. Because I think it not only looks good, but it was an unexpected and cool change. Just making it randomly yellowish orange after its first two evolutions were green. Meanwhile, you might be asking yourself, hey Caleb, that's just a picture of regular Poliwag. You accidentally put a picture of regular Poliwag on the screen. It's not shiny. That's regular. Caleb, that's the wrong picture. No, the Pokemon developers just suck. F tier. That's the shiny. That's actually a shiny. Same thing with Poliwhirl. Looks not different at all. And then randomly, Poliwrath is just green. Why couldn't you do that with the other two? I don't know. But I don't really like this green that much compared to, like, say, Azrael or Marill's green. It looks faded and sick. Looks almost like vomit. And I also don't like Poliwrath that much. His fists are way too big. They're bigger than the size of his head. So I'm going to put him in D tier. Maybe because that might be an unfair placement, but it's probably because I'm still angry about Poliwag and Poliwhirl. But whatever. Anyways. For Polytote, also apologies if you can hear the dryer in the background. It's finishing its cycle, so it's getting really loud. Polytote I respect a lot. And this might shock people because I've gone about this entire stream complaining about the color blue. But I like Polytote because it changes colors completely from its normal colors. And it has that purplish pink in there to make it look like almost perfectly like a poison frog. It looks like a poison, like, jungle toad. So for that reason, honestly, I'll even move Polytote up to an A tier. Which is unexpected for a blue-colored Pokemon. For a blue-colored shiny. You got Psyduck. That's a good one. That's A tier. The only reason it's not higher is because it's blue. I don't like color blue, and it's only one color, which again to me is a little lazy. And you have Golduck, which I don't like much at all, because Golduck, its default color is blue. Its shiny is blue. It's just a darker shade of blue. It feels lazy to me. Like Psyduck turned from yellow to blue. Golduck turned from blue to blue. Do better. Anyways, as for Whismur, I don't know how to feel here, because Whismur's default color is just all pink, and then its shiny goes from pink to pink and green. Like, the ears and feet change, but nothing else. Which makes me want to put it really low, because not a lot of it changes. Like, it's just the feet and the ears that change. But, for some reason, I kind of like it. I don't know why, I can't explain it. So I'm going to put it in C tier, which is maybe higher than Whismur should go. But I kind of like it. I don't know why. Meanwhile, Loudred barely changes. It barely changes. I'm even gonna look up real quick. I'm gonna Google a picture of what normal Loudred looks like. Okay, so it's normally purplish blue, and then shiny Loudred is just purple. That's a toughie. That's a toughie, boys. You know, I'll save you from going in F tier, but that's E tier for the same reason as Golduck. And also, Exploud is exactly the same. He goes from blue, bluish purple to purple. So yeah. I'll have them hold hands, why not? It's cute. Oh, we got an S tier coming up. Oh, we got an S tier, baby. Skarmory. I love Skarmory as a Pokemon. And it's shiny. It's so beautiful. It looks like bronze and green. Maybe even like copper would be a better description of Skarmory shiny. I love it, and it's gonna go in S tier. I've also talked about shiny hunting Skarmory sometime soon. Talked about that on stream recently, and I wasn't lying. Would love to shiny hunt that boy soon. Rockruff, on the other hand, is an interesting one because he changes colors, but he changes colors to blue. I don't really like blue. However, I think Rockruff is cute. I can respect that he changes colors, and I'll put him in C tier even though I don't like the color blue. Meanwhile, Lycanroc has two forms. He has a night form and a day form. His day form changes from yellow to blue. Now there's two versions of the day form. I only took one of those versions because they both just turn to blue, so it doesn't really matter which version I took. They both kind of look the same. The day form, again, I'll put it in C tier because it changes colors, but it changes colors to a color I don't really like. The night form, can you guess what the night form looks like? Also blue. If you guess blue, you win, but you don't win any prizes because it was quite obvious. What did I just do? What? How did I just... What the... How did I just move this? I don't know how I moved this, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Lycanroc, I don't know how to feel. At least the night form looks better. It looks cooler. So we move it up to B tier, I guess, because I like it more. I just don't like the color blue that much, man. We've getting a lot of blue shinies lately. Getting a lot of blue shinies. And this one's even kind of blue. Dang it. I can't win right now. What bums me out about this one is its normal colors are red. And it just turns blue. So, like, you know, go down to D tier. I don't even like you as a Pokemon that much. I don't even think you're that cool Pokemon. Enjoy D tier. However, its evolution actually changes colors, which we can respect. Doesn't change colors too heavily, it just goes from purple to pink. But you know, at least I like it more. I know this list is quickly turning biased, but I need to speed things up, so that's my way of making things fast. Sandshrew is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, by the way. One of my favorite Pokemon in the franchise. Don't love it shiny, however. I don't love it shiny. I think its shiny is like B tier. It's honestly not B tier. Its shiny is like D tier, but my love for Sandshrew is putting it B tier. And Sandslash's shiny is maybe C tier because it's giving me weird vibes. The spikes on its back are for some reason reminding me of like fall leaves, which is not what it should be reminding me of. It should be reminding me of spikes on its back. But that's not what I see. Anyways, Cubone. I like Cubone. Cubone's one of the few Pokemon where I can kind of understand it having a sickly green color because of its backstory and origin. So it makes sense a little. I still don't love it. In fact, I'm going to put it down to B tier, and I'm going to move Sandshrew down to C tier with its evolution. With Sandslash. Or no, that's sorry, that's Cubone. What did I do? How did I mess that one up? Sandshrew, come. What the? Hey, how am I messing this up? I don't know how to use Photoshop, apparently. Sandshrew, come down here, please. My bad, boys. Marowak. What's up with Marowak? Marowak looks a little bit better, though. A little bit of a healthier green color. Maybe we put that up to A tier. Okay. Kangaskhan. You know, not much of this Pokemon changes. Not much of this Pokemon actually changes. I'm torn because the eye color doesn't even change. Like, I'm trying to like find reasons to give this Pokemon a higher tier, and I can't. I can't. Because I like you, you go in D tier, but you should probably be in E tier. Anyways, Sandile. Sandile actually kind of makes sense. It has sand in the name and it turns yellow. One of the few times I'll give a yellow colored Pokemon a good rating, and I'm going to give it a very good rating because I don't like its two evolutions. So I'm going to be very, very mean to its two evolutions in about 5 seconds. So you're going to go in A tier. Meanwhile, Krokorok, actually, I should hate you because I don't normally like you. And I also kind of hate the colors yellow and blue. So I should hate this combination. I also hate the color brown. Like, I hate all three of these colors. I should hate this. But for some reason, this kind of works for me. For some reason, I kind of like this. I don't love it. I don't love it. Alright, don't get cocky here. Sandile. Or, Krokorok. Sorry, Sandile was the last Pokemon we rated. Yeah, I don't know. I like it enough to move it up in the B tier. That's unexpected. This is more what I was expecting. A Pokemon that I don't like. Colors I don't like. It doesn't mesh. You go down to D tier, I think. Yeah, D tier. Part of me wanted to move it up, but nah. Ah, Larvesta. This one hurts me because I don't like the colors it changes to. I don't. I like this Pokemon, but I just think it gets worse when it turns shiny. Entirely. It just gets worse. All of it. So, E tier. The only thing that's saving it from F tier is the eye color changes to green, and I like the color green. So it has a good eye color. How many blocks gravel can you put on one torch? Wouldn't it technically be infinite? I don't think a torch would ever break. I'm feeling the same way about Volcarona, by the way. It just gets worse. Volcarona goes there. Anyways. Squirtle, I love. Don't like the color blue too much on it, so I'm not going to put it too highly. But because it's poison type, if I'm not mistaken, I like that it changes to the color purple. And I like Squirtle as Pokemon. It's a freaking, you know, seahorse. That's dope. Scrub goes in B tier. Its evolution, Dragalge, though. It loses a lot of that majoratively blue color on its body. It still has some blue, but not majority. And it adds the color green, and I love the color green, as well as, you know, some orangish yellow. It just adds more flair overall to it. And I think it just exudes that poison type awesomeness that you love to see, and its shiny does that beautifully. So we're gonna throw Dragalge up into A tier. Skrelp, I wouldn't put in A tier, but Dragalge, definitely so. Okay. Got another S tier coming up, aka our current shiny hunt. If we have enough time at the end of this tier list, I'm gonna be continuing the shiny hunt of Clauncher today, just because, for those who don't know, when he's not shiny, he is the color blue, aka the color of a raw shrimp. When he's shiny, he's the color red, the color of a cooked shrimp, which I think is dope. So yeah, Clauncher, easy S tier. Easy S tier. Its evolution, though, and I've talked about this during my shiny hunt streams of Clauncher, its evolution, Clawitzer, I don't like as much because it adds blue back into the color palette a lot. Like, I'm not saying blue is the majority color, it's still majoritively red, but it adds a lot of blue back in, which doesn't make sense. Because, as I just explained, if you're cooking a shrimp, it turns almost entirely back to red. So this just looks like a half-cooked, half-uncooked shrimp. And I don't like that. I also just don't like the color blue. So while Clauncher was like an S tier, this falls like all the way down to like, I think D tier for me. Straight up. I don't know. Oh, I love Horsey. Not only do I just love Horsey as a Pokemon, but it's shiny. The teal color of it, I know it doesn't change a lot. Because let's be honest, the difference between the shiny and the regular Horsey is very minuscule. By my normal judging and ruling, this should almost be an F tier, but the regular Horsey is light blue, the shiny is teal. And something about the color teal appeals so much to me. Especially when the light blue color of regular Horsey is kind of boring, kind of lazy. And then this teal is just vibrant and beautiful. And I know, like, by my previous rules, I should put this in F tier. I'm gonna put it in S. I might be a hypocrite, but hey, this is my channel. I can do what I want. I don't care. Scizor, on the other hand, I don't like as much. I don't like as much. Because it isn't as beautiful in the colors. I mean, it goes from, again, that, like, bluish, light blue color that normal Scizor has to just dark blue. And it's a muddy blue. I don't like it that much. For me, Scizor kind of falls like all the way down to E tier. Which sucks. Because Kingdra is another S tier. This, again, is personal bias. I love Kingdra. Kingdra was one of the first Pokemon I ever got to level 100. The first time I played a Pokemon game. So one of my first level 100s ever. But it also helps that it's changing colors the most of the evolution line. It goes from blue to purple. The eye color changes. And again, it's one of my personal favorites, so. Yeah, we'll throw Kingdra up there. Petalil doesn't change colors a lot, and I'm actually going to do a Google search to see if the eye color changes, because if the eye color doesn't change, it's going in F tier. If the eye color does change, it's going in A tier. If the eye color does change, it'll go in E tier. Otherwise, this was going to be an easy F tier. Because not much else about it changed, and I was getting kind of angry looking at it. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I'm putting F tier anyways. I don't care. I am an unjust judge. I am an unfair ruler of this tier list. I'm an unfair king, and I rule with an unfair hammer, because that's just terrible. I was looking at the I shouldn't have looked it up, honestly. I should not have looked it up, because when I saw the comparison between shiny and non-shiny, they looked exactly the same, and it made me mad. It made me so mad. Lilligant, on the other hand, the body is still almost exactly the same, but the flower on top changes. I can appreciate that, at least. Not a lot, though. Not enough to, like, put it up in A tier. Don't get ahead of yourself, Lilligant. You're going into D tier. Oh, dude, I'm so dumb, by the way. I didn't realize what you were saying, Drac. Yeah, why isn't the gravel breaking? Sorry, I just kind of accepted it as fact because you said it wasn't breaking. I just realized gravel on a torch in Minecraft should break. Sorry, it also didn't help that, like, I'm not playing Minecraft right now, so I wasn't in Minecraft mode. But yeah, why isn't the gravel breaking? What is happening? How are you? You're, like, breaking the game right now, Drac. I just realized that. Anyways. That got me a little confused. Back to the tier list. Execute, I don't like its Pokemon, but I will admit, the shiny is dope. The color matches the color of, like, egg yolks, and it's an egg Pokemon, so it's very fitting. However, I don't like this Pokemon, so, like, I'll put it in B tier at the highest. Yeah. Meanwhile, its evolution doesn't even look that great. It's supposed to be a tree, and the leaves are red. But then again, I guess, what are you supposed to do when the default color already uses green leaves? So what color leaves are you supposed to use? I don't know. Maybe brown leaves? Like dead leaves? I don't know. I feel like Execute was screwed from the start as a shiny. But that's not my fault. That's Execute's fault. Or Executor. I'm being mean. Sorry, Executor. Porygon. I'm gonna quickly look up what regular Porygon looks like, which I should know, but I'm blanking. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just accidentally closed the music. My bad. I closed the wrong tab. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, boys. Anyways. You know, I don't love this, but I like it more than regular Porygon. And honestly, I'm gonna just spoil that. I'm gonna spoil the next two. I feel the same way about Porygon 2. I don't love its shiny, but I like it more than regular Porygon 2. And I feel the same way about Porygon Z. Don't love its shiny, but I like it more than regular Porygon Z. So we'll throw them all in B tier. They'll all just share the same tier. Anyways, Zarude barely changes. Barely changes. Honestly, the only thing that changes about it is its chest color, and that makes me mad. That makes me mad. So we're moving it down to F tier. I could put it in E tier because it changes a little. I don't care. I'm mad at you, Zarude. You're going in F tier. Smoochum barely changes. Also F tier. And then Jinx. Jinx does change. Its dress, it becomes much more pink. But I don't like Jinx. I don't know, I think I'm gonna put it in E tier. Hold up. Let me get a picture. Let me look a picture up real quick of regular Jinx so I can be fair. Nah, it's E tier, for sure. Because the only thing that colors... The only thing that changes, sorry, is the color of the dress. E tier. Oh, We're going to stay mad, by the way, because Elekid doesn't change at all. I'm convinced this is the shiny in the game that is the most egregious. It doesn't change at all. If you had to look at a picture of regular Elekid and this, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's maddening. It actually makes me angry. Especially when you look at Electabuzz, who does change colors. So, like, why did they screw over Elekid? But at the same time, Electabuzz, not even that cool. Not even that cool. It's like D tier. I don't think it looks better than... I don't think it looks better than regular colors. The more I'm looking at it. And then we go back to Electivire, and he barely changes. He changes like 2 shades of yellow darker. So we're going back down to F tier. Immediately. Immediately back down to F tier. Back where you belong, scum. Like, what? I'm getting angry. Anyways. Magby. Actually kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Normal Magby looks like reddish pink. However, it's a fire type, so I feel like the shiny is almost a better color for this fire type Pokemon. It looks more like a fire type. However, I don't love Magby. So maybe it just takes up another spot in our B tier. I don't know. I feel like our B tier is taking up a lot of space. But I don't know. Magmar, on the other hand, is kind of the same. No, Magmar's literally the opposite. Magmar is the opposite. It was orange, and then it turns reddish pink. Sorry. Magby, the one we just put in B tier, was reddish pink, turns orange. Magmar was orange, turns reddish pink. I think it still kind of works, but not as well. So hey, we'll put something in C tier. I can stop complaining about C tier. And Magmortar kind of works the same way. That's how good I am at Minecraft, LO. Hey, I guess so. I had someone come in my chat the other day. Oh, this was not the other day. I am exaggerating. This was months ago. I had someone come in my chat months ago and complain about how much Audino sucks. And they continued to complain and just rant about how much shiny Audino sucks. Yeah, I guess it kind of sucks because the body color, this like flesh color, doesn't change at all from regular to shiny. And this purple you see here on the shiny is normally pink. So changing from pink to purple is not a big shift. But at least it changes colors. Like, I don't hate it. It also changes eye colors, which I appreciate. I'm gonna put it in D tier because it changes from pink to purple and changes eye colors. So it changes a little bit, not a lot. D tier. Cryogonagol. It makes me mad because it doesn't change colors at all. The only thing that changes is the eye colors. But I guess it makes sense if you're going under the lore that, like, the existence of Cryogonagol is only the eye underneath the ice, and the ice, excuse me, is not actually part of the living Pokemon, and that's why it can't change colors, because it's not part of the actual Pokemon, it's not living. However, that doesn't make me feel better about my ranking of this Pokemon, about my placement of this Pokemon, and therefore I'm still going to place it in D tier, or E tier, sorry, E. I won't place it in F, because at least it changes eye colors. But I really want to put it in F tier, because almost nothing about Cryogonagol changes. The icicle in front of it, or the snowflake. I'm really messing up my words on this explanation, I'm so sorry. The snowflake in front of it does not change colors at all. It's just the eyes and the tears behind it. But again, I will admit that it makes sense under the lore and backstory that Cryogonagol is only what's behind the snowflake. The snowflake is not part of the Pokemon. It's just, I guess, like a turtle shell that the Pokemon hides behind, to give a simple explanation. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that makes me feel better, which is why I put it in E tier. But I won't put it in F tier because it has an excuse to stay out of F tier. Okay, under normal circumstances, under a normal grading system, I would hate Swablu because I hate the color yellow. But Swablu and Altaria were one of the first shinies I ever caught. So I'm a little biased, and therefore I'm going to put them in A tier. Because they were one of the first shinies I ever caught. I hate the color yellow, but I do like how they kind of look gold. And again, I'm being biased because these were one of the first shinies I ever caught. Back in black and white, actually. Caught these bad boys back in black and white. Anyways, Spiritomb. I think it actually looks dope. I think the shiny looks really cool. I like the light blue and purple. It changes colors heavily. And it's also a really cool Pokemon with some nice lore, nice backstory. We're gonna throw it in S tier. Haven't had an S tier in a while, and I think this one deserves it. I wrestled with where to put Nidoran, boy and girl, for a while. So I'm like, what is the shiny? What is this? And then it hit me what the heck they were doing with the shinies, bro. It hit me what they did with these shinies. This is Nidoran girl, by the way. This is Nidoran boy. They flipped them. Nidoran girl turns to the colors that Nidoran boy is. Nidoran boy, right here, turns to Nidoran girl's colors. So, for example, I'm going to put Nidorina on the screen. This is Nidorina. It turns to Nidorino's colors. So they're just flipped. The shinies are flipped. And I think that's kind of genius. I'll admit, I think it's kind of genius. So, at first I was confused. At first I thought these shinies were stupid. Now, after realizing what Game Freak was doing, I'll admit these shinies are S tiers. These shinies are S tiers. However, where I get confused is the trend kind of stops with Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Give me a moment. Let me just throw all these into S tier first. God dang it, wrong one. Okay, Nidoran boy, put it up here. And Nidorino, who looks like the colors of Nidorina. But the trend kind of stops with Nidoqueen, who just turns green. And I don't know where to rate that. Like, what? I like it. I get a little uncomfortable because the pink puts emphasis on her boobs. But whatever. I'll put her in A tier. I think it looks cool. And then Nidoking just turns like a really vibrant blue. Which I guess kind of continues the theme of the Nidorino line, but not really. And I also don't love this vibrant blue. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Speaking of blue that I don't love, but I like the Pokemon, Tyrunt. I love Tyrunt, but I don't like the color blue. I don't know what to do with this. It's like Nidoking. I love Nidoking, but I don't like his blue color. I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do, actually. Okay. Because I love Tyrunt so much, we're gonna put him all the way up in A tier, because I want to shiny hunt him. And if I put him in C tier and I ever look at this picture again, I won't even think about shiny hunting him. Because I do genuinely look back at these pictures in the future to determine who I shiny hunt next. So, we'll put Tyrunt in A tier because I love him so much. And I want to shiny hunt him, even though I don't like the color blue. And then Tyrantrum, who's uglier. I don't like him as much. He looks like a beast, don't get me wrong. But he loses the cute factor that, I'll be honest, was the whole reason I liked Tyrunt in the first place, was the cute factor. So, Tyrunt, who is also blue, and I don't like color blue, will go in C tier with Nidoking. Oh, S tier for sure. Amora. Amora is S tier for sure. I talked about this before. I love some Pokemon that just have an all-white palette, similar to how I like cars that are all white, or I like buildings that are all white. It just looks clean. And Amora does that beautifully. Similar to Tyrant, by the way, they're both fossil Pokemon. They're both baby fossil Pokemon as well. They both look really cute. They're just cute Pokemon. And then when it evolves, it kind of loses that cuteness a little bit. So its evolution is not S tier. I'll throw it in B tier. Absol, who we've already shiny hunted, my second favorite Pokemon in the entire franchise, second favorite Pokemon out of all 900 that exist, is definitely S tier. I mean, obviously, we've shiny hunted it. I wouldn't shiny hunt it if I didn't love it. It helps that it turns like a scarlet red color, which I love. I absolutely adore that color. Its eyes are green. I love the color green. It's perfect to me. I love that. Another S tier. We're filling up the S tier box now. We didn't have like any S tiers for the last 20 minutes of the stream, and now we're getting some good S tiers. Another S tier is Bagon. I love Bagon. I think it's a perfect Pokemon, and it's cute, and I like the color green. One moment. Okay, just gonna skip that. I don't know if I know Pokemon OSTs don't usually get you DMCA'd, but the ones with lyrics might get me DMCA'd, so I just skipped it. Shelgon, on the other hand, it's kind of hard to make this... What the heck? Why did you just add text onto this Photoshop file? Shelgon, on the other hand, sorry, continuing that sentence. It's hard to make him look good. He's just kind of a, like, cocoon boy. I do like that they tried to make him change colors, and it kind of worked, so I'll throw it in C tier, but it's tough. However, the final evolution of this evolution line is Salamence, a monster, a beast, and he looks perfect. So we'll throw him in S tier along with Bagon, the first evolution. Here's where things get interesting. Gible actually looks okay. Like, I don't hate Gible. Actually, I don't love him, though, because he's blue and yellow, and those are two of my least favorite colors. But what I think is funny is Gible starts an evolution line of one of the most notorious worst shinies ever. In a pretty okay way. Like, Gible's an okay shiny. And you know what? So is Gabite, now that I'm looking at it. Gabite's an okay shiny. You can kind of tell it's shiny. I'll even throw Gabite a bone. I'll throw him a bone and put him in C tier. But then you get to Garchomp. And it's just so bad. He looks almost exactly like regular Garchomp. There's no difference in color. It's just a difference in saturation. And barely a difference in saturation. It's F tier to the T. It is F tier by definition. Ugh, it hurts. And like I said, it's so surprising because Gible and Gabite are not F tier, but then the final evolution Garchomp is 100% an F tier. No doubt about it. I'm really excited for the remakes. It's only 3 days away. I'm excited too. I'm really excited as well. I'm excited to stream it, excited to play it. I think it's gonna be a good time. Ammonite. That's a good Pokemon right there. That's a good one. I like the pink color. I like Ammonite as a Pokemon. I think he's clean. I'm gonna throw him at A tier because I just like this Pokemon a lot. One of my favorite Pokemon out there. Amistar is a little bit more creepy, I'll be honest. He gives me weird vibes. I feel like if I went to pet him, like if I caught this Pokemon, made him my friend, and went to pet him, he'd still accidentally bite my hand off. I don't like that. I don't like the tentacles. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'll put it in D tier. Because it's shiny is good. Here's one I don't like. Here's one that I'm going to put all the way down in E tier. Just because I don't like it. And usually I reserve E tier and F tier for things that barely change. But Kabuto is an ugly shiny. Like, the green does not work. Does not work. Kabutops, it works a little bit better, but not much. So it's going to go in D tier. I don't know why. I just don't think green works well for these, like, or what are they called? Not hermit crabs. Horseshoe crab Pokemon. Like, horseshoe crabs should not be green. It just doesn't work. Garchomp is an F- tier. Yes. 100%. 100%. Aerodactyl is a weird one. It changes colors a little. And the colors it does change to are blue. And I don't like the color blue. But I like Aerodactyl a lot. So I don't know. It kind of works. I'll put it in C. I feel like I'm like putting way too much care and time and effort into this list when it's really not that big of a deal. Carbank. I'll be honest, I need to look up what Carbank looks like normally. Oh, it barely changes. That's disappointing. It changes enough that I will save it from going into F tier, but that was disappointing. Anyways, we got some S tiers coming up, including Beldum. And I think this is an entire... If I'm not mistaken, this is our first 3 evolution line of S tiers. An entire evolution line of S tiers. Beldum, Miltank, and Metagross. I'm going to put them all in S tier, which is the first evolution line to all go in S tier. So that's pretty dope. I just think they all look awesome. They all just... I like the metallic sheen they all have. Just looks good. Looks clean. As for Zubat, I actually kind of like Zubat. I think Zubat's good. I think that's a good shiny. Green fits Zubat. It fits. Golbat, though. I don't like Golbat as Pokemon as much. I'll be honest. I know a lot of people hate Zubat. I like Zubat. I think he's fine. A lot of people get annoyed with Zubat. They think he's annoying. They hate, like, running into him all the time in the caves. I like Zubat, which is why I put him in A tier. Golbat I don't like, though. I think he's a little ugly. So we'll move him down 1 tier to B. And then Crobat I absolutely love. And I love his shiny. Crobat used to be one of my favorite Pokemon in the game. So we'll put him in S tier. A little bit of bias showing there, but also I thought his shiny was great. Tortuga, I adore. I adore Tortuga. The teal color is awesome, but I will also admit it's not very different from his normal color, which is just blue. So I'll put it in A. I can't... Can I even put it in A? I don't even know if I can put it in A, because it's barely different. I'm gonna put it in B. It's barely different. But it's just such a cool teal color. It looks nice. Caracosta, though. Not so nice. It loses that teal color. It literally loses that cool teal color. So we're gonna move it down a tier to C, I think. Arkin or Archon, however you pronounce it. I think it's Arkin. He does change colors a good bit. But the body doesn't change colors at all, which disappoints me a little. So torn as to where to put this guy, especially because I don't like Arkin that much. I think this should be like a B tier, but because I don't like him, I'm gonna put him in C tier. Oops. And then his evolution barely changes colors, and is ugly, and I don't like him, so it goes in F tier. Meanwhile, Spheal is adorable, changes colors, I love him, goes in S tier. Celio changes colors, it's a little adorable, and I do like it. It'll go in A tier. It'll go in A tier. That's fine. And Walrein, not as adorable, but still, look at that smile. He's still got a smile on his face. He's still living his best life. Oop. Okay. What happened to Walrein? Can anyone tell me what happened to Walrein? No, don't save it. Okay, I just deleted him. Oops, my bad, Walrein, sorry. Okay. Cool. Anyways, Lileep is a weird one because Lileep changes colors to what Cradley looks like. Like, Lileep is normally purple, and he turns green, similar to what Cradley normally looks like. However, Cradley shiny doesn't turn purple, it turns pink. So that it like doesn't make sense. Like, you would think Lileep would look like Cradley, and Cradley would look like Lileep. They would contrast each other. But they only went halfway. Cradley didn't follow through, didn't get the program. So I don't know how to rate these. Because, like, Lileep just looks like Cradley, and Cradley just looks like nothing. So I'm gonna rate these as though Lileep doesn't look like Cradley, and it just looks green. And I'm gonna rate this as though Cradley looks pink. And on that rating, I think Cradley's a D tier. And on the rating of Lileep looking green, I think Lileep is like a B tier. If Lileep and Cradley had contrasted each other and were the inverse of each other, they'd both be an S tier. Because I think that's cool. But they didn't do that for some reason. They only went halfway. Don't understand why. Anyways, Anorith. It changes colors, but it changes to like brown and gray, which are two really weird color choices. Gray is so boring. It goes in E tier, and its evolution at least changes colors to prettier colors. I can appreciate that. So we'll throw him up in C tier. We'll move him up 2 tiers to C. Relicanth as well is very pretty as a shiny. Relicanth is normally brown and muddy, and its shiny is like light blue, which I don't love as a color, but I like it enough to put it in B tier. Aron makes me mad because he just changes eye color, and I guess his underbelly turns blue. I just realized that. I didn't realize it until now. When I was downloading this picture earlier today, I was annoyed because I'm like, he only changes his eye color. What the heck? But I just now realized his underbelly turns blue. So that saves you from going in F tier. However, you still go in E tier because you're not that great. Same with Lairon. And same reasoning for Aggron. I'm gonna be honest. Same reason. Dratini, on the other hand, I like a lot. Oh, what did I just do? Oh my god. I'm gonna throw Dratini. Can I fit it in here? Yeah, I can. On A tier. Because it is a nice pink. Dragonair, on the other hand, I'm gonna put an S tier. Because Dratini is very basic. It just changes one color. Dragonair changes to pink, but also the beads on its tail. Let me make this picture bigger for you, sorry. The beads on its tail turn orange, its eye color changes. Like, there's a lot of differences made to Dragonair that they admittedly couldn't do with Dratini, because Dratini didn't have beads on its tail, didn't have these extra features. But because they had the opportunity to do a Dragonair, I'm going to move it up into S tier. I also just really like Dragonair. I think it's a cool Pokemon. And similarly, Dragonite is an S tier just because, look at that. The color change is spot on. It's perfect. 100% S tier worthy. We now move into the legendaries of the DLC. And there are so many of them. Reggie Rock is an S tier. I think that's... I mean, we talked about it in one of our recent streams. I don't got to go over it again. I just think it looks awesome. Reggie Ice, on the other hand, is an F tier. We go from S tier to F tier because he barely changes colors. Come on. It's disappointing, Reggie Ice. And Reggie Steel... It's tough because he does change colors, but he changes to like a light blue, almost like a mint color, which I don't really like. So I'm gonna put him in D tier. I won't put him lower, but I just don't like his colors. Meanwhile, Reggie Lecky barely changes colors. It makes me angry. Makes me an angry person. And Reggie Drago barely changes colors. It changes colors more than Reggie Lecky, but barely. So he also goes in F tier. Articuno barely changes colors. So also F tier. So many legendaries have actually shit shinies. It makes me irredeemably angry. Same with Zapdos. Just he's a darker color of yellow. A darker shade. What is happening? What world am I living in where that's a shiny? Moltres, surprisingly though, does change colors. I won't say it's necessarily for the better, but I do like it. So I'll put it in D tier because I don't think it's for the better, but it changes colors at least. So I'll give it something. Cobalion barely changes colors. Terrakion does change colors. I don't know if it's for the better, but I don't think it's for the worse. Like, I just don't know how to feel about this. Literally, look at this. Look at this picture. Look at this man. And tell me how you feel about that. Good, bad? I can't say for sure. It's like when you shake a Magic 8 Ball and it says results are inconclusive. Or unconclusive, whichever word. I don't know. I'm an English major and I don't know words. So, yeah. Terrakion is just literal smack dab in the middle C tier. Because I don't know how to feel about him. Virizion changes a lot, though, and I think for the better. Virizion might be our second legendary to go above C tier. I was about to say our second legendary to go in S tier, but I don't think it's quite S tier. I think Virizion is A tier. Glastrier doesn't change at all. F tier. Spectrier does change quite a good bit. It goes from purple to reddish pink. And I like that. I like the change quite a lot. The only thing that holds me off from putting it in S tier is that the body is still mostly black. The body color does not change at all. I think it would have been cool maybe if the body color was all white. Go from a black body to a white body and just completely inverted it. Could have been a neat idea. But it's still A tier. Still very, very cool. Who we got next? Calyrex does not change almost at all. It just turns a little bit more yellow. And not a good yellow at that. Makes me angry. Mewtwo. Mewtwo's a classic. I mean, this is a classic. Everyone loves Shiny Mewtwo. I like Shiny Mewtwo. I'll throw it in S tier, just because. Mew I mean, I don't like the color blue, but it's Mew. I mean, Mew is perfect in every way, shape, or form. I'll throw it in A tier just because I don't like the color blue. That's the only reason it's on S tier. I love Mew, though. I like Mew more than Mewtwo. I've always been the type of person who prefers Mew over Mewtwo. There's two types of Pokemon players. People who like Mew, people who like Mewtwo. Or I should say people who like Mew more than Mewtwo, people who like Mewtwo more than Mew. That's a better way of wording it. I like Mew more than Mewtwo, but as far as shinies are concerned, I like Mewtwo shiny more than Mew shiny. That's just me. Anyways, Raikou. We talked about Raikou shiny on a recent stream. I don't like it. It barely changes. I'm throwing so many shiny legendaries in F tier. Actually, I'll throw Raikou's in E, because it does change a little. I'm being harsh. I'm being really harsh on some of these legendary shinies. And all of them can stay in F tier except for Raikou. Entei will go in E as well. And to continue that trend, actually, Suicune is going to go in E as well. They all change a little, but barely. A little, but barely. They change enough to save them from F tier, but not enough to move them out of E tier. Like, they barely change. Entei, Raikou, and Suicune. Like, it's embarrassing. I actually love Lugia's shiny. I like it a lot. I'm going to put it in A tier. The only reason it's not S tier is because his body is still white, which is what it looks like normally. You only change the color on him. So, I wish they would have done a little bit more, maybe change the body color. But I love the color red. It's one of my favorite colors, so you're kind of winning me over with that. Ho-Oh, I think is also A tier. So close to being S tier, because they changed so many of the colors. But it still looks a lot like regular Ho-Oh, because regular Ho-Oh is also yellowish orange. Even though they changed all the colors, they still gave it a yellowish orange look. It looks dope. I love the silver tail. That's different. But I don't know why they gave it such a similar look to regular Ho-Oh still after changing so many colors. Very strange. Celebi, one of the best shinies for a legendary. You took away all the green from the body and gave it a pink body, which is a perfect kind of swap going from green to pink. But then you kind of kept the green there with the eye. It didn't normally have a green eye, but you give the shiny a green eye to kind of, I don't know, hint back to what regular shiny, or what regular Celebi looks like in shiny Celebi. Almost like alluding to the original work. I love that. That's S tier. Anyways, gonna get away from the legendaries for a little bit with Trico, which has a teal kind of vibe, but it's almost like tealish blue with a red tail. I like that a lot. That's S tier to me. Any arguments in the chat? No? No? Cool. Grovyle, also S tier. And honestly, Grovyle could have looked like anything. He could have looked like actual garbage, and I probably would have put him in S tier just because of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness and Sky and Time, or whatever they're called. That's how much I love Grovyle. His character in that game has made me forever love Grovyle. Grovyle's character in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness has made me forever love Grovyle. It helps that I also like his shiny, but I don't need his shiny to be good to put him in S tier. I love that man. And then for some odd reason, by the way, they made the final evolution Sceptile not look teal anymore, and instead he just kind of looks like light blue, and I don't like that because I don't like the color blue. So I'm gonna move him all the way down to like C tier, honestly, because I just don't like the color. I also don't really like Sceptile. I think he has a weird shaped head. Torchic, for those who don't know, is kind of a cool shiny. You might be thinking, well, it looks almost exactly the same as regular Torchic. Almost. They inverted the colors. They inverted the colors on Torchic shiny, which is, in my opinion, such a cool idea. It looks so similar, but it's because they just inverted the colors, and I think that's kind of cool. I think that's low-key S tier. because it's a neat concept that they don't do a lot. Combusken, however, the literal next evolution, they stopped doing that. Because we can't have nice things. So, you know, I like the color red. You know that. I know it. Everybody knows it. Which makes me want to put Combusken high on this list. But I can never get over the fact, and this is your fault, Drac, that Combusken looks like a dick. So, it leaves me to, like, be torn on where to put Combusken. I like it shiny, but I don't like the fact that it looks like a dick. For that reason, maybe we just put it middle of the road? Because it evens out? The pros and cons even out? I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, move it down below... trying to move Combusken down below... I don't think this is worth it, whatever. Don't mind me, I'm being dumb. I'm not the smartest Photoshop person. Oh, and by the way, Blaziken barely looks different. Barely looks different. It kind of makes me mad. Because I like you, Blaziken, I'll put you in E tier, but you should probably go in F tier, because you barely look different. And then we move on to Mudkip. My beautiful boy Mudkip. That's an S tier. Hands down. You can go with Torchic. Marshtomp, on the other hand, I thought Marshtomp... Listen, alright, listen, I know he looks ugly, okay? I know he looks dumb. I thought on the old games, you know, the pixel art games, that Marshtomp was kind of cool. Now, don't get me wrong, Marshtomp has always gotten a lot of hate for being ugly, but on the old pixel art games, I thought he wasn't that bad. I actually kind of liked him. But when they started making the 3D games, all of my hope for Marshtomp was lost. All of my like and enjoyment of Marshtomp was lost because he started looking like this. So even though I like the Mudkip evolution line, even though Mudkip was my first starter, and therefore I played with Marshtomp for a good bit on my first Pokemon game, and even though I like this shiny, I'm gonna move him down to like B tier because he's ugly. And then Swampert is gonna immediately go back into S tier because, again, Mudkip was my first starter, and therefore Swampert was my first final starter who I played through much of my first Pokemon game with, and I just love Swampert. And then I was really wondering when I was getting tonight's stream ready how they were going to do Latios and Latios, because I could not remember what Latios and Latios look like as shinies. It's pretty cool. This is Latios, and this is Latios. And it's kind of perfect. They're just slightly off-colored versions of themselves, which I like a lot. I was thinking maybe they would have them flipped, so Latios would be blue and Latios would be red, but I kind of like this more, because you can still tell that Latios is Latios and Latios is Latios. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to put Latios in A tier just because I don't love the color yellow, as I've said 1,000 times this stream already. Sorry if that's getting redundant. And I'm going to put the Latios in S because I do love teal as a color, as I've said 1,000 times this stream already. Sorry if that's getting redundant. Anyways, Kyogre, I like, it's okay. I just wish Kyogre's 3D sprite didn't look so goofy. But it's A tier. It's whatever. And then Groudon, I also really like. What I love about Groudon's shiny is normal Groudon is just red, and it makes sense because it's a fire type. But Groudon's shiny almost looks like a mixture of what fire and ground type looks like if you combine the two colors, like fire as a color and ground as a color. If you combine the two, this is what the color would look like. which I think is kind of cool. Like it's fitting. So that's A tier, and then we'll do Rayquaza next. I'm gonna skip Jirachi for a second, just because Rayquaza's S tier. He's perfect. This dude is amazing. This is one of the best shinies to ever be made, to ever exist in the game. So we're definitely gonna be shiny hunting him sometime in the future. Mark my words. Rayquaza, S tier. Now we'll go back to Jirachi. Jirachi bums me out. Jirachi bums me out. They just changed the little ribbons hanging off of Jirachi's head from blue to red. And when I saw this, I immediately thought F tier. Before I even started the stream, this is when I was downloading the pictures earlier today. But here's what's holding me back from putting her in F tier, and I think I'm going to put Jirachi, oops, sorry. I think I'm going to put Jirachi in E tier. There's a little tear coming out of Jirachi's eyes, and they also made that red. So now it looks like she has blood coming out of her eyes. That goes kind of hard. I think we can all admit that goes kind of hard. So that little blood stream coming out of Jirachi's eyes is enough to save her and put Jirachi in E tier. We have another string of E tiers coming up, by the way, and I'm going to put them all on the screen at the same time. Okay? And you're going to see why they're all E tiers at the same time. It's because Uxie, Spirit, and Azelf all have the same shiny. And yeah, at least they look different from their normal selves, but that's so lazy. Their shinies are so lazy. So I'm putting them in E tier. Anyways, I wanted to rant about that for a second. While I put these in E tier, because it's getting late, I don't know what I'm going to stream tonight. I thought I was going to stream Sword and Shield, but I don't think I have time to, like, shiny hunt and do max layer and do all that. So instead, I think I might do Pokemon Unite, because that'll be a lot shorter. It'll be a lot shorter. Anyways, Dialga. It's okay. It's like bluish green, and changes colors a little. The diamond, I was about to say the crystal, but I guess we could call it a diamond. The diamond in its chest doesn't change colors, which is disappointing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Dialga. I like it, so I want to rate it highly, but I feel like it's a B tier at best. Palkia is even worse, bro. It barely changes colors, and the pearl in its shoulder doesn't change colors as well. I don't know. It doesn't help that, like, so many legendaries have, like, burned me tonight. I'll put Palkia on C tier. Heatran barely changes. The eye color changes, which I can appreciate, but the body color barely changes. It's like, it's one of those changes that it's enough to get it out of F tier, but I don't know if it's enough to get it out of E tier. Like, maybe it's enough to put it in D? Maybe it's enough to get it in D. Maybe because I'm feeling nice. I don't know. Regigigas is also going to go in D tier because it changes colors barely. And the color it changes to is blue, which I don't like. So it just kind of bums me out as a shiny, I'm going to be honest. Oh, but we got another S tier. Our S tier is starting to fill up. Maybe I'm being too nice. I thought I was being mean tonight, but maybe I'm being too nice. Giratina. I mean, let's just make this picture even bigger. This boy is beautiful. One of my favorite legendary shinies out there. Not only does Giratina look perfect in his normal colors, but he looks perfect as a shiny. Another really, really good shiny is Cresselia. Cresselia looks really good in it. I'd say Cresselia is an S tier with its normal colors, and with its shiny colors, it's an A tier. It's a strong A tier. Victini doesn't change a lot, but it changes in ways that I like. Like, I like shiny Victini more than regular Victini. However, I do admit, and I said it at the beginning, it doesn't change a lot. So I'm only going to put it in B tier. Oh, we have ones that I don't like coming up. Tornadus barely changes, and I hate this Pokemon. So I'm going to be mean and put it in F. Thundurus changes a little bit more than Tornadus. I'm going to put it in E. Like, its colors change a bit more. But then Landorus, right back to F tier, because it barely changes. It looks exactly the same as its normal colors. What is this? What is the point of this? Anyways, Reshiram disappoints me. Reshiram disappoints me because the only real thing that changes about it is the metal around its neck and tail changes colors. And that's it. And I like you, Reshiram, but that's not enough to save you from F tier. Like, that is disappointing. Very disappointing. And Zekrom's kind of the same way. He just changes from a really dark shade of black to, like, dark gray. His normal colors are black, his shiny colors dark gray. And I don't think that's enough to save him from F tier, I'm gonna be honest. Hiram, on the other hand, he does change colors a lot, but I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I really like it. So it's gonna go in D for me. That's a D tier shiny for me. Keldeo is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, but I will admit its shiny doesn't change a lot. It's gonna get a B tier ranking because I like it, but it really should go in like C or D tier. It only changes a couple colors, and that's it. Genesect changes a lot of colors. However, it just changes from like bluish purple, if I remember correctly, to red, which is kind of a lazy change, just changing all red. Yeah, it's just all red, which, you know, a little lazy. Maybe I'm being harsh, but I'm gonna put an A tier instead of S tier. Xerneas. I like Xerneas. I like deer Pokemon. I think deer are really cool. However, because it is blue and I don't love the color blue, and also the antlers barely change in its shiny form, it's gonna go in B tier. Yveltal. Oh my god, if you asked me to rate shiny Yveltal when X and Y first came out, I would put Yveltal in S tier. But then, about a year or two after X and Y came out, I saw a meme making fun of shiny Yveltal, calling it a piece of raw meat, like a piece of raw steak. And since then, I cannot see anything else. I can't see anything other than a piece of raw steak, so it's gonna go in A tier. And that's not a joke, like, that's the reason I'm putting it in A tier. I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad. But it had to be done. Yeah, bacon. It's basically bacon. You're right. You're right, Drac. It would be S tier, but instead it looks too much like bacon. But hey, you know, at least Yveltal can feel good about being almost S tier. You know what is S tier? Zygarde. Zygarde's S tier. Hands down. That's a dope shiny. Diancie, however you pronounce it. I don't know, man. It barely changes in the head area. It just goes from like white to black, and the pink colors change different shades of pink. I don't love it. And I also don't like Diancie that much. Like, I don't care. It's C tier. I don't care. This, however, Volcanion, I almost said Volcarona. Volcanion changes colors a lot, but I hate all the colors it changes to. So because it, you know, has some pros, has some cons, some good, some bad, it balances out to C tier, balances out to middle ground. Anyways, we're back to some starters we have to judge, which starts with Rowlet, who, you know, I don't love the blue colors, and I don't like red and blue mixing, so I'm gonna throw it in C tier, but then it only goes up from there. Dartrix, the blue starts to get a little darker, starts to get a little better, up to B tier, and then Decidueye. The shiny looks great. The black hood is a great choice because I didn't even realize on regular Decidueye that there were holes here on the hood. And they're there on regular Decidueye. They're just so unnoticeable because they're almost the same color as the regular hood. And I think it's such a cool stylistic choice for the shiny to have. So we'll move it up yet another tier. So it just goes up one tier each evolution. Lickyton, however, I mean, this is just S tier. This is just perfect. I don't even like cats that much in real life, but Lickyton is just adorable as a shiny. But Lickyton's gonna be kind of the opposite as Rowlet. You know, Rowlet was going up a tier every evolution. Lickyton kind of gonna go down a tier because I don't like Lickyton's evolutions that much. Torcat at least looks still pretty cool. I like it. It keeps the cool colors, keeps the cool pattern. But I just don't like Incineroar. I don't like the wrestler vibe. I don't care about wrestling in general. So Incineroar is going to go probably down to like B tier. Anyways, this is where it gets disappointing. I've been giving a lot of compliments to Rowlet's evolution line, Lickyton's evolution line. Popplio looks exactly the same as regular Popplio. Shiny Popplio is an F tier, and it breaks my heart to do that to him because I love Popplio. At least Brione, or Brione, however you pronounce it, looks a little different, but it just goes from blue to purple. Like, the shiny's just purple. And that change is so minute, I put it in D tier. And I feel the same way about Primarina. It's barely different, so we're going to throw it in D tier. Now I just have a couple more legendaries to go through, like Gen 6, Gen 7 legendaries. Are these all Gen 7 legendaries? I think these are all Gen 7. Why does Gen 7 have so many fucking legendaries? It's unnecessary. Cool it with the legendaries. And they're not even good. I'm gonna rant about that for a little when we get to them. Tapu Koko. An okay legendary. It's shiny, however, it's mid. It's pretty mid. Rowlet and C tier. I love Rowlet, I just don't like it shiny. This is purely off shinies. If we were doing regular looks, Rowlet would be S tier. But I just don't like it shiny. Because I think the mixture of blue and red is not great. Tapu Koko, mid. Tapu Lele, though. Tell me how they took a Tapu legendary and somehow made the shiny look like every middle schooler's wannabe emo girlfriend. How did they accomplish that? How did they do that? That's amazing. That's incredible. Also, this list is very biased. I should warn you. Since this is your first time watching, this list is very, very biased, clearly. Because this man's... I do not like him. I think he's ugly. And also, his shiny barely changes. I was going to put him in D tier, but then I remembered his shiny barely changes. He goes in E tier. On a similar note, by the way, Tapu Fini barely changes, but it kind of works. Because at least in her shiny form, It's all black. This is like your middle school emo girlfriend, all grown up. This is like Gwen from Total Drama Island in her 30s. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. I think this one also goes in A tier. I can't put any of the Tapus in S tier, though, because I literally just went on a rant about how I think Gen 7 did too much with their legendaries. Now, for Cosmog, you might be wondering, oh, Caleb, wait, that's just a picture of regular Cosmog. What are you doing? You made a mistake. You gotta go get the picture of Shiny Cosmog. You downloaded the wrong picture. Caleb, you're an idiot. No, this is Shiny Cosmog. The only difference between regular and shiny is the blush on its cheek turns from blue to red. That's it. And this is why I get so angry at so many shiny Pokemon. And I get so angry at Pokemon and Game Freak and Nintendo and the world. And my uncle, who, we all gotta get into it. I hate it, bro. And its evolution, its evolution's actually kind of cool. But now I'm angry at the Cosmog evolution line as a whole, that I don't even want to respect you. I don't respect you. Even though you look cool. And this is where my personal bias comes out. Because I'm putting this in C tier, when I probably should move it up. But I don't care. You're going in C tier because of what your younger brother did to you. Or did to me. Did to my emotional state. Shiny Tapu Fini looks like a Steven Universe character. Honestly, you're right. You're correct. Now here's my thoughts on Solgaleo. I like it shiny because it exudes sunlight, which is what this Pokemon is. But too much so. Like, this is like getting the entire sun absorbed into your body. This looks like what any and every character looks like in a cartoon when they get stuck inside like a... What's it called? I can't think of the word. Suntan machine. Whatever the... I don't know. I don't... Suntan. I don't do that. I'm clearly pale as Casper the Ghost. But it looks too much. They did too much with Solgaleo. It's too much. I like what they were trying to do with the shiny, but it's too much. I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's okay. For Lunala, I actually kind of like it. At first I wasn't sure because I'm like, well, it's also red like Solgaleo's shiny. Like, why are they both red? But at least Lunala is like more crimson, purple. It fits the night theme. I like it. I like it a lot. I agree. I really like it. We put that in A tier. Now, this is where I'm starting to get annoyed. Alright, this is where I'm starting to get annoyed. Why did Gen 7 need so many legendaries? And so many of them were unnecessary. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot Nihilego, however you pronounce its stupid name, even existed when I was collecting the pictures for today's stream. And it's shiny. I won't put it in F tier because at least it changes colors, but it's ugly colors. It's shiny sucks. Buzzwole. It's actually okay. Buzzwole's actually okay. I'll be honest. Buzzwole, actually okay. I don't know where to put it though. Cause like, let's be honest, the green and red doesn't look well together. Regular Buzzwole is all red. Shiny Buzzwole maybe should have just been like all green. Why is it half green, half red? It kind of looks... It looks broken. It looks wrong. I'm torn between C and D here. I might go D. You're saying F. I think that's harsh. I reserve F tier mostly for shinies that don't change color at all. Anyways. Pheromosa, however you pronounce her stupid name. Like, did we need her? There's so many we didn't need. Like, and her shiny is not even that good. I just think Gen 7 had some of the most useless, unnecessary legendaries ever. Xurkitree, which I actually kind of like the name. But he had wasted potential here. You had some very wasted potential with the shiny. I like the regular look of Xurkitree a lot, because it's just black electrical wire. Oh my god, I just had like a Mike Tyson lisp. I like the regular look. I don't like the shiny, I'm gonna be honest, but I hate the color blue. Man. Moment. Oh, what the heck? I'll finish this one and then I gotta take a quick break. Here's why I don't like the shiny, okay? Because the regular one is just black electrical wire. But then for this shiny, they could have easily done like red, blue, green, or yellow wires, like 3 different colored wires going down each strip. Like tri-colored wire. Which would have been really cool, and then you could have made like some memes, like don't cut the red wire, or like some stupid shit like that. But instead they just made it blue? Blue? I've never seen blue wire like this ever in my life. I guess it kind of makes sense if you're going for like the blue electricity vibe. But why does the wire gotta be blue? I don't know, I just don't love it. I 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 can't convince myself to love it. I can at least respect Xurkitree for what it is. C tier. You've convinced me in chat. I'm starting to get swayed by chat. I'm a weak man. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I forgot to say that, because we were in the middle of that conversation. Thank you for the follow. Jeez. I think that's your name. I don't know how to pronounce it, actually. Also, I said I had to take a break. I will be right back. I gotta go grab my medicine. So I forgot about it. I'll be right back. Give me, like, 1 second. Alright. Sorry about that. Alright. I don't understand this shiny, I'm gonna be honest, because it looks so similar, well, not so similar, to regular. But here's what I did think when I saw this shiny. I'm gonna be honest with you. It reminded me of the Emerald City from, Wizard of Oz. Well, I guess the regular one kind of looks more like the Emerald City. But this one does too. I don't know. I like the shiny, but maybe it's just my hate for Gen 7 legendaries and how many there are. I shouldn't say hate. Hate is a very strong word. But I have a dislike for so many Gen 7 legendaries that it makes me dislike some of them more than I should. You know what I mean? Like, if they trimmed the fat of Gen 7 a bit, I would probably like Celesteela a lot more if, say, Kartana wasn't in the game. Because I just think Kartana's pointless. I don't know. There's so many legendaries I don't like in Gen 7. It makes me dislike legendaries that I actually do like. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. That I start taking my annoyance out on the good things about Gen 7. But yeah, Kartana, not a big fan of, gonna be honest. And the shiny is also kind of whack, because it looks so similar to regular Kartana. Guzzlord, I actually kind of like. I wish Guzzlord was more orange, because then he'd look more kind of like a pumpkin. But I like Guzzlord shiny. I think it's pretty dope. Necrozma. I like Necrozma normally, but the shiny just looks so similar to Necrozma. It hurts me putting you in F tier, because I like you. But the shiny has to go in F tier. I don't like this Pokemon, but I do like this shiny. This is like the opposite of Necrozma. I like Necrozma, but I don't like Necrozma shiny. I don't like... But I do like the shiny, I will admit it. I'll put it in C tier. C tier because I like it, but I like the shiny, I don't like the Pokemon. So it balances out to C tier. By the way, Marshadow shiny is not at all different from its normal Pokemon. It's one of those shinies that looks exactly the same. Like Lickyton, or Garchomp, or Reggie Ice, or like... I'm getting angry. I need to stop. Okay. How do we feel about this one? Let's talk about a shiny that's actually different. How do we feel about this one? Good, bad? I personally don't like the Pokemon, but the shiny's okay. It's another one that I like. I kind of would have put in C tier because I like the shiny, but I don't like the Pokemon, so it just balances out to C tier, you know? I'm just kind of like torn. Okay. I'll stop my complaining now, at least. And we'll talk about a shiny I really like. Now, I like this shiny so much so, solely because it looks like a bee. It looks like a wasp, and I think that's the coolest thing. This will be, I think, our first Gen 7 shiny to get an S tier rating. I know I've been very harsh on Gen 7, but then again, it's probably because I just am harsh on Gen 7 as a whole. But that's an S tier easy. Meanwhile, I don't know if I can put this one very highly because I don't like this yellow color, and I hate the color blue, and it's got blue in there as well. And the yellow just doesn't even make sense for the color of bricks. I guess it kind of makes sense if you're going for like Egypt vibes. I'm trying to rationalize this, bro, but it's so tough not to be mean. Speaking of Gen 7 shinies, or Gen 7 legendaries that didn't need to exist, why is this a thing? Why is... I don't even know how to pronounce its name. Why is Blacephalon a thing? I mean, it looks dope. Also, I should add that I'm using the term legendary and mythic Pokemon interchangeably. Or myth... What are they called? I don't even know, because I just call them all legendaries. Legendary and... whatever. Regardless. I just don't understand. I don't understand. It's a dope shiny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it really high up. But it didn't need to exist as a legendary or mythical Pokemon. Mythical Pokemon, that's what it's called. It didn't need to exist as a legendary or mythical Pokemon, man. It's unnecessary. Anyways, we're almost done with this. Zeraora. I actually really like this one. This is another S tier for me. The white, like, body matched with the yellow and, like, yellowish blue. It all works in the, you know, electric type layout of Zeraora. And then finally, Miltank and Melmetal. I think they're going to go in E tier. Maybe even... no, I'll put them in E tier because I just don't... They barely change colors. They change colors enough to escape F tier, but not enough to go above E tier. Which is what I've had to say about a lot of Pokemon here tonight. Anyways, this is my my tier list of every DLC Pokemon. I'm happy with it. I feel like there's some that I definitely let my personal bias affect their ranking too much. Both for the good and for the bad. Like, for example, Altaria and Swablu are maybe too high. And some of these Gen 7 ones might be too low. But there's just too many Gen 7 legendaries and mythical Pokemon. Too many. There didn't need to be that many. It's unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. But I like this tier list for the most part, and like I said towards the beginning of the stream, I'm gonna use this tier list. Well, hold up. Let me save it off camera so y'all don't see my y'all don't see my collection of pictures, because I really got some risque pictures on my computer. That's for sure. Okay, cool. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. I accidentally opened up my speedrunning scene. But yeah, I just saved a picture of this to my computer. And we can now use that to, anytime we want, shiny hunt an S tier, an A tier, and I might even shiny hunt some of the B tier Pokemon. But it'll be really helpful in the future, is what I'm trying to say. It'll be really, really helpful to help me decide which Pokemon I want to shiny hunt. So that'll be cool. Anyways, I guess we can finish the stream with some Pokemon Unite, maybe.